Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. 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 Share the channel. Share with your friends. Share with people. Tell them today we want to talk about how to build financial freedom through agriculture and trading in Ghana. How to build that. How can we achieve that? So welcome. Share the channel. Tell your friends about it. Catch your visa, your life. Especially the those who think that there is no way out, those who think that they cannot do anything, those who think that they can't achieve anything in our country. And there are a lot of young people who think like that. Not only the young people, there are a lot of old people, mature, grown-ups, who also think the same way. So join us, share it. Let's share our thoughts here. You know, let's share our thoughts here because when we be a casa, or say, oh, when you travel, you go and look for capital. And all the people who are successful in Ghana, they traveled and they came with capital. So you are waiting to go and get your capital, and you'll be waiting for how long now? And ask the other ones who have gone if they have the capital. So there are some things that you have to understand. Maybe out there is something that you can do. There is a tool, there is a blessing, there is an equipment that you can do or you can use to build that financial future that you want. Everywhere you are, there is something that you have access to. And so join us, share the channel, tell people that we are live. I was engaged somewhere, so we had to push it a bit further for about 30 minutes. So thank you for taking time to watch this one. You can't change a man's life until you change what he thinks about. The only reason your life will improve, especially from within, is when you have access to quality knowledge. And if they have to control you, then they will make sure that you don't pay attention to knowledge that will transform your life. But the moment you have access to that, then you can move. So sometimes when you engage people, what they say shows what they know. And many times when people say something, they still want you to believe that they know something that they are not saying. But I tell them what you are telling me, your life represents your persuasion, your conviction. What you wear, how you say it, what you obsess about, what you're passionate about, they predict everything, or they prove everything that you're made of. So people don't have to really go inside you to know what you're thinking about. They can easily see if they come to your house, if they look at your children, they look at your hair, your convictions, the things that you always talk about, your argument, your strong opinions, your biases, all those prove the level or the knowledge that you process what you really believe. So knowledge is everything. Yeah, it's the processing center of a man's life. So you can't change a man's life until you help him to see differently. And that's why those who are humble, for lack of a better word, humble to accept different way or look at things differently, are able to change their lives faster than those who are very entrenched in their opinion. If they are okay, and if what they believe in works, then that's fine. But you're screwed when you're convinced with, or when you're obsessed with, or your belief system does not work, or the knowledge that you possess that you so much believe in, if it does not work, then there's a problem. If it does not work, then your life, you are screwed. But if it works, then you don't need to change it. So if you're a young man here, especially young men in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Africa, when you engage in engage them. They'll tell you that, just when I put this topic there, somebody said, you are trying, but you so it's almost as if we seem to think that a lot of the young people believe that, and they so believe that everywhere is better than Africa. Everywhere you have better chance to, get money. And when those who even live there tell you that it's not like that, you will see people arguing and debating. Not only those who are here, but even those who live in those countries, with all the difficulties that they go through, with all the challenges they their lives, is about work and money. To tell people that, anyway. And they say people are hoping. It amazes me that you believe that Ghana will change. When you out of Ghana, then you so believe that Ghana will change to work the math. So if everybody life, and what you guys are looking for, financial freedom, liberty. And when you talk about financial freedom, you're talking about you on terms. You don't have to work for the next 10 years. Would you still have money coming to you? And have you used, let's say, for the last 10 years of your life, have you been able to, that is able to bring in money beyond your salary? But if they say that don't come to work tomorrow, is there any other thing in your life? Have you been able to build that? Let's say you are 20 years. Maybe you have your 20 years, you're not likely to build that. But let's say you're 30, 40, 50, especially those around 50, 40, 50, 10 years, 20 years. If they tell you that tomorrow they are not going to pay you, or for the next 6 months, the next 1 year, the next 10 years, you are not going to get any where you really control the flow of money to you. Have you been able to do that? Have you been able to build that? If you have not been able to build that, you are far from financial freedom. Financial freedom. You are very far from it. Because it's not just I have a job as a doctor, I have a job as an engineer, they pay me very big salary. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if the salary, if tomorrow you go there and they say that they have fired you, do you really believe that you can live? Would your children go to school? Hospital bills, you'll be your rent. Would you be able 1 year? Can you? And if you are not, so that at least you can think about it. Because life, if somebody controls your flow of money, they control you. If somebody decides when to pay you and when not to pay you, they control you. And this is the kind of knowledge that you should pay attention to. So when we are saying that there are opportunities in Ghana, this is what we are talking about. So if you're a young man and you think that some people get big, but that's all. From just apart from your pay, which other instrument brought money to you? And do you have control instrument? Or somebody else decides it? Because most of it, when we started to learn about finance and financial independence and freedom and things like that, some of the things that came up, they were talking about treasury bills, they were talking about shares, mutual funds, stock market. They were talking about dividends, and not only in Ghana, those people who have gone to school, that's what they know. I have some. Not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about, because you need to have some bit of control. So if apart from the salary, the money comes from T-bills, then you still don't have control. So financial independence is key, or financial freedom is key, and it matters what your knowledge. So it starts with you having the right financial knowledge, especially about where you live and the instruments, the tools that can help you to to build this. It's a lifelong journey, and it's independent of your professional or where you come from or where you live. It's a lifelong journey, and it matters what you. And one of the best ways to build financial freedom is looking at the locality, the town that you stay, the very things that are easy for you to take control of, and you build with them. And I'm saying that in Ghana, in Africa, two major things that you can easily use. Sector, these two, if you pay attention, you can build them. And it doesn't matter whether you're a professor or you're a consultant or you have no job. If you pay attention to it, because most of us would have easy access to these things. If you want 2 acres, 3 acres, 5 acres, 100 acres in Ghana, if you pay attention, you can have them. Now, if you're the kind who just come and if it's not easy, don't waste your time here. We are talking to people who are determined to take on or build their lives. We are not talking to people who are just, no, don't waste your time here. Go and watch, go and watch football. Go and watch a movie. Go and listen to political, or go and pray to God, things like that. But today we're looking for people who are serious, because you cannot build financial freedom. Is not on a silver platter. If this, something like that, it's not something that anybody else can just be sleeping and achieve it. It's just like people who build muscle. All of us eat, but those who have been able to build muscle, the people that you see, this one is muscular. They were intentional there in the gym. They changed their food. That is why they're able to build those muscles. So when you look at them, you're very happy. You say, this one, it looks nice. If you can pay that price, then you can enjoy that kind of body. The same with financial things. It's not something that you just wait. Many people think that they can just hope that government will just do something and their finances will change. So the youth, that is the most dangerous thinking that you have. That you think that one day, a government will come to Ghana and you make a lot of things okay for you. Or some government that the way they say it, government will create jobs, when we were children, they were saying that. They still continue to say that. It amazes me. So don't wait for that. When you were 2 years, they were saying government will create job. And now you are 50 years, you still hope that government will come and create job. They create a job for themselves, not you. So we are trying to share the things, the blessings that you have that are available to you. They are around you. If only you can change your mind and take a step. If only you can change your mind and take a step, you can achieve financial freedom. You don't have to have a job to have income. You don't have to have a certificate to have income. You don't have to have visa to be financially free. No, financial freedom is not in getting American visa or Canadian visa. No, it's something that you have to know first. It's a knowledge that you must possess, and then you take a step on that. So really, it is about the skill set that you acquire. It's about the knowledge that you acquire about money. And it's your ability to create your own structure that nobody controls. You sit down and define your own. This is the part I want to use to reach financial freedom. And we are saying that financial freedom is a state where when you are there, you don't have to wait for the pay to come in for you to live the life that you want to live. You don't wait for people to give you salary. You've been able to set things in place, set that money would continue to come to you. And all of us can build this one. All of us, every one of us can build it. And I'm saying that today we are going to look at 2 factors or 2 areas that all of us can use: agriculture and then trading. And when you talk of agriculture, we are talking about anything agriculture. So whether you are planting maize, cassava, or you want to go to cocoa or coffee, all of us have this access. Or you want to do pepper, or you want to do nkrumah, whatever that you want to plant that people need in your community is a big shot. It's a big start. Sometimes even around your house, people are waiting for big capital to start something. And that's why they have waited forever. Getting 1 cup of maize and planting it and harvesting it and planting it and harvesting it and growing it till you are at 1 acre, 2 acres, 3 acres, starting small in that terrain is something all of us can do. Every one of us can start something at a very small level and raise it to a higher level. Every one of us, every one of us can do it. No matter the, you say you are poor, but every one of us can start somewhere. It's a journey that you can build. When it comes to trading, all of us can trade something. You can sell something. Every one of us can sell something. But this time you're selling it knowing that this is a tool I want to use to build my own finances for the next 10, 20 years. I'm going to use this. Just as some people are so much fixated on getting government job. You want government job. And without that, you think you're nothing. I wish that you also be fixated on this, that I want to use one of these tools or both. And I want to focus on this and build it gradually and grow them until I'm at a stage where my finances are in my hands. And when you get the money, I'm not saying go and buy government bonds. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying build it. Today, somebody shared a good story with me. He does fish farming. Fish farming. He's been doing it. He will share the story, just like many people will just send me what they're doing with their lives. So my friend sent me this message, and he said that now we are harvesting the fish that we what is it? They had a pond. They did that. They did that, and now in their feet or sit here, and they are harvesting. And he said that this one is at a big level, I think so. So he was giving me the numbers, and and he said that he injected about 100,000 cedis, and they are harvesting, and his projection is that they'll be able to get about 300,000 in 5 months. In 5 months. And I said that this is a clear tool. He's doing it at 100,000 level. Somebody can do it at 3,000 level, 1,000 level, or maybe so you even tell yourself, I'm not going to go into fish farming because maybe it's way beyond me. But somebody is just planting pawpaw in the whole year. You have phone, you eat, you have 3 shoes, 10 trousers. You can't, and people are quick to tell you that I don't have anything. They even send you a message on their smartphone, tell you that send them food. If you don't send them 100 Ghana, they are not eating today. And yet they are using data to send you that message. And I'm like, but this data is not free. So how did you get that? Because in our culture, we've been conditioned to beg and to look to help, look for favor. Look for, look for somebody to hold your hand and lift you. It's a way of thinking. So the person will not be able to say that, no, I want to be responsible. I want to stop begging. I want to stop looking for help. I want to help myself. That kind of thinking. Many people have a lot that they can do something with, but they still don't see it as enough. So they are waiting for somebody to give them help. So the man, that boy, has a smartphone. He charges the phone almost every day or every other day. He has data. He can watch Kotoko and House of Oak playing or Manchester United playing. And the same young man will tell you that there are no opportunities in Ghana. I have nobody to help me. And the same young man can start to plant pawpaw or okra to change his life. Because many of us have access to something. If nothing at all, the place that you live. Or you can even go, cross the street, ask the man there with the free land to say that, can I use this land for the next 3 months to plant maize? That maize, especially during the rainy season, that one plot, you say you live at Amasamai, or you live at Asankrogwa, or you live at Segakope, where Temale, and you are holding your certificate from one point to the other, looking for government to give you a job, or multinational to give you a job, or somebody to give you a job. This is one of the best ways to start to spark, at least to spark your life. And with the intention that this is what I want to do to become financially free. Those who are financially free are not looking for a job. I can tell you that. Those who are financially free, they are not looking for a job. One of the reasons you are looking for a job or you're looking for visa to travel at all costs, that even when it is raining at the embassy, you are still there, is because your finances are not good. Many of you, your finances, you have not structured it. So if they don't pay you, you have nothing. If somebody does not help you, you have nothing. But I'm saying that it's a psyche. You have to tell yourself that I want to be independent. I want to stop begging, looking for help, crying to people. I want to take my life in my own destiny, my destiny in my own hands, and I want to build it. And I'm saying that this too can help you to build. People are planting maize, people are planting cassava, plantain. I remember when we were children, my grandmother, she would harvest tractors, load of plantain. She didn't have certificate. She was not speaking this English that I was speaking, but she was hardworking. She had over 3 farms. She had over 3 farms. And some of us are living in a village, in areas that we have access to land, to plantain sackers or something, to cassava, to all this. And we're still complaining, waiting for politicians to save us. And we are always bashing them, hoping you're looking to your brother in America to come and help you. The moment you say that I'm not going to help, I'm not going to wait for anybody to help me, I'm going to help myself, and I want to build financial life that I will be free financially. It will be difficult, it will be tough, they will laugh at you, they will ridicule you, but if you have the strong knowledge, you'll be able to build this. And I'm saying that every one of us can do this at our level. Would we meet challenges? Absolutely. If you start something and you don't meet challenges, then you didn't start anything. So when you meet challenges, that's not the time to say, why did I even get myself into this? Like most of our people. Well, the way we've been conditioned, it's almost as if somebody else should go and do the work and give us the money. Somebody else should go and suffer and bring the money to us. You can't build wealth with free money. Nobody can give you a handout and you become wealthy. Wealth is built with special skill set, with special knowledge, with special discipline, special character, with the instruments. And I'm saying that when you travel outside Ghana, they could have a stock market, those things, bonds, coupons, all those complex things that the educated people focus on. Those of us who are here, let's focus on agriculture. Let's focus on trading. What can you trade? What can you take from the village to the city? What can you take from the city to the village? Can you open a mobile money joint? What business can you do? And once the money starts to come in, you don't like opportunity. That's the problem. Many people think that they lack opportunities. No, what you lack is the ability to handle what is in your hand. To grow what is in your hand, that is the problem. It is not because there's no opportunity. It's a lie. If you're looking for capital, I dare say that the capital you're looking for is in Ghana. It's not somewhere. If you are waiting to travel to come with capital, okay. We will be here with the 1 cedi, with the 2 cedi in our hands, and we will build things with them. Because our understanding is different, our knowledge is different, how we use our time is different, how we network is different, how we work with people is different. So our major problem as Africans is not because there are no opportunities, and it's not because there's poverty. And when people challenge those thoughts, then we flip. I've met some people who come from some places, and they come and they want to identify with, people are really suffering in Ghana. There's no opportunity, people are very poor. I say, if you don't change this way you are looking at things, who told you that people are poor? Who told you? People are not poor. People just need direction. People just need the knowledge to handle what comes to them. That is our problem. It's not people don't have opportunity. Somebody said that, Ghana is not only in Accra and Kumasi, in the villages. If you live in the village without any light, you have the best of opportunities. The problem is that you're still looking somewhere. You're still looking somewhere. That is why you are not seeing the blessings that you have. I said that my grandmother was farming, and she had a lot of money. When I was growing up, you could see money in the sack under the bed. You're looking for what? Because you think that you have certificate. No, switch your mind. To build financial independence, switch your mind. Don't follow these treasure bills and all those. Don't follow them. If you work in Accra and you can save 100 Ghana every month, 200 Ghana every month, connect with your brother, connect with your cousin, connect with your friend in the places where you come from. Tell them this year you want to do maize farming. want to do cassava, want to do onion, want to do chili, whatever you want to do. If you can send 50 cedis and you get somebody who is honest, by the end of the 12 months in a year, you harvest something, and the money that you sent, it will be far more than what you sent. You will be able to multiply that money. Let's say in the whole year you sent 1,000 cedis. If you're able to do the farming well, which you have to study, learn, because once you're committed to building something, you must go with knowledge, you must study, you must constantly learn it. Ask people who are doing it, who have become successful. Ask where when the produce is ready, where you are going to sell it. Ask all those and start something. Go to the market women and ask them, I want to produce this. Which type do you need? How much does it cost? What time do you need it? You strategize. And then you talk to your link in the village, wherever that you can have that person to work with you. You know, you are bringing the money, and they are there. They just tell them they have to be honest with you so that you can build this. If the 1,000 becomes 2,000, don't chop the money. Put it back. The 2,000 could become 4,000 the next day, the next 6 months. Put it back again, because you're going to grow this into financial freedom. So this money is not money that you are going to take anything from it. No. You are starting with 500 Ghana, and you are looking at it becoming 500,000. It becoming 500 million. You want to grow it. That is what you want to do. So you want to focus on agriculture, no problem. Go, depending on your capacity. Somebody has 100,000. Somebody has 1 million. Somebody has 100 Ghana cedis. Whatever that you have, there is always something that you can do with what you have. There are people that you know. There's an area that you come from. Work on that. That blessing is available to every one of us. You will say that I don't like agriculture, no problem. You want to open provision shop, you want to sell cocoa, you want to sell Indomie, whatever that you can trade with, find something. In the area that we are, there's somebody who was Chikusiaton. Before, just about 1 year ago, nobody was there. Now you can see that girl is there doing that. And I asked her, so who is it for you? He said, oh, no, it's not for me. It's a lady who works in this office who so she is working in an office. She spotted an area that nobody, a lot of people pass there, but there's no breakfast there. So she just, did that glass, and they what is the name? Omochi Kosia, any what is it? Kosia pan or no that she we are no mochi Indomie. Now, are you saying that person, that lady who set up that, she will pay the girl? Let's assume the girl will just, pick something, no problem. But every day, I can assure you that she will go with at least 100 Ghana cedis, the owner. So 100 every day in 30 days is how much? Let's say it's even 20 days that they work. That is 2,000. Now, if that 2,000, she puts that 2,000 back into the same business every month and grows that business. Can you imagine in a year what the business will become? Every one of us, if you are thinking as a people, the blessing is here. The blessing is here. She can have multiple places doing the same thing for her. And so if you want to build financial freedom, one of the things that you're going to use is maybe salary, big salary. You can do that. Or somebody can also say that I want to start a business, just like the lady who's working in a place who spotted an opportunity, set up a place, they're frying egg there. And before you see it, it's a big restaurant. Or you want to go fully to say that I want to invest in assets that bring money as well. So those of us with big businesses now want to, instead of you to buy cars with that money, you're looking at, buying big commercial farms, big land, 100 acres, 1,000 acres, and doing big commercial farms. Or you want to go into property development, you want to build and rent, things like that. Or you want to start other businesses. The thing is that every one of us, we have our level. And when you want to focus on building financial freedom, you want to continue to invest the money into that, which is an instrument that you're using for your financial freedom. So you are not going to take money from that to buy cars. You're not going to take that money, because this is a part you're using for financial freedom. So this is a tool. This is a system. This is a structure that I'm going to use to build that financial freedom. And every human being must have that. Once you come to this life, because you are only bonded because you are slave to money, all of us. The reason you went to that village that you didn't want to go to work, or to take that job is because you didn't have any freedom. You didn't have any finances. If without the salary, you would not eat. That's why you took that job. Now, if you had built something, you could tell them that, no, I'm not ready for this. And even if you wanted to work in that village, you would work not because of the money, but because of the value that you want to bring to the people there. But if you are strictly working because you need money, then you are very far from financial freedom. You come to a point where you work with your talent, with your expertise, because you change lives. You bring value to people, not because of the money. And you can only reach there when you have been prudent, with this path to financial freedom. And I'm saying that we have two things, agriculture and trading. You can be working and still be trading somewhere. You can be working and still be looking at agriculture. You can be working and still be looking at maize, goat farming or chicken or what is it, rabbit. Some people are looking at snail rearing. Some people are even whatever that is unique, whatever that you think there is demand for you, work on that and tell yourself, this is the path I'm using into this freedom. You tell yourself, this is the path. So what path have you decided into your financial freedom? And I'm saying that salary is not strictly one of it, because somebody can fire you tomorrow. And so when you get that salary money, that is not the time to go and build a house with it. No, that is not the time to go and buy a nice car with it, change your children's school fees, buy a nice clothes, go and do wedding. No, that is a part that you're using to build financial freedom. And I'm saying that if you focus on that, traveling will not be part of it. You will not say that if I don't travel, I will not become anything. You will travel because probably you just want to go and look at something. But that will not be a part to financial freedom. So you have to be intentional about this. Very much intentional. If you are 20 years, you set that part. Tell yourself from tonight, financial freedom. Which two am I going to use? Today I submit to you agriculture and trading, business, commerce. With my friends, in your free time, who call you about a teacher? What if you're there? Oh, sorry, I will change your buying to your car 2 weeks now. 2 weeks now, you and financial freedom, you're very far. So the extra time that you have, what can you sow for people? Can you teach extra? What can you do? What service can you render? And that money from that sector, that money from that service, that business, that agriculture, sector that you have gone to, that money, you're saying that this money, every money that comes from this place, I'm using it to build my financial freedom. You tell yourself that I'm using it to build, to gain that freedom. Because if you don't have financial freedom, you don't understand life. You have no freedom in life until you have financial freedom. Don't let anybody deceive you that money is not everything. They're lying. There are so many things that you're not happy with. And the only reason that you can't change it is because you don't have money. There are so many things that you would want to send these children to school. There's this woman around your area that you want to help. But you can only help according to how much you have. But if you've been able to build this deliberately, then you'll be able to help a lot of people. There's no way that we'll be able to buy data every day here if you didn't have money. Sometimes we're here for 4 hours. We have loaded about 1,000 or so more data, videos on YouTube, on Facebook. Have you ever asked yourself, how much data do we spend on these things? If you were struggling to eat, whatever that is in me here will not benefit you. If you're struggling, it will not come to you. So money is an instrument that you use to push the vision. So if anybody tells you that you don't need enough money, they're telling you to be small. They're limiting you. Change that psyche. Change that psyche. Fight for your freedom. And it starts with your understanding of money. So I say that if you really, because the financial freedom is what? Is the path that takes you to wealth. People who have built wealth are financially free. And I'm saying in our country, don't focus on this bond and treasury bills and mutual funds. Don't focus on them. If you want to do some, maybe 3-4% of your total, whatever that you have, But much of it focus on these areas. You will build and get there faster. You will build and get there faster. To shock you. You get to any of these areas. And when you meet difficulties, don't quit. Don't give up. Continue. For Rabasem no tonchain, for Kratchisem no tonchain, tie no watch it. If you free to every day. Or story about ties, would need to cook, okay, it and be out, what the land cruisers would him only pay. If they don't pay you, you have no other avenue of income. It means you have been reckless. It does not matter which car you drive or which house that you have built. If you have no other income apart from your salary, you've been reckless. Because when things happen, you'll be nothing. Let's assume that tomorrow you die. Would your children be able to go to school? Or they would have to sell the car and the house? What is it? Which other things have you built that continue to bring money? Whether you're dead or you're alive, whether you're present or you're gone. What is it? Our grandparents will be talking about cocoa farm, so they are gone 100 years. Those who are left are still harvesting from the cocoa farm. You, what have you done that when you are gone? 100 years, we still be harvesting. What? Tell us, apart from your English and your pen, that your tie and your English and all those. What have you left that your children and your children's children will continue to receive money every month, every day from it? What have you done? Apart from you arguing and talking. And visa is not part of it. So true financial freedom actually is when you no more need anybody else to pay you. You decide what money comes to you. That's your true financial freedom. And you build that over time. You build that over time. You don't need anybody to continue to say, come and take 200 cities, come and take 300 cities. There is no connection. This is why you have built it over time. You have built it, and I'm saying that every one of us can build it. So take from your head that Ghana the empire will be any more. Would you pay why you say okoyen toast, okoyen kruma, okodo, Miss Mina no double, no double by what is it? But yeah, no tractors. You can't be Tony B. Your car and maybe DNA. And my mother actually was trading. She used the trading side. She was not so much into farming, but she was selling. And she sold to build her house. Now, if she said that I would use this part to financial freedom, then she didn't have to even build that house from it. She would have invested, grow, put in something that you don't have to be present for it to bet money or for it to bring you money. And all of us can do something. If you stop complaining, if you start to become positive and optimistic and structured in your approach, if you stop complaining, if you stop letting people tell you that Ghana is very difficult, you've got to have your own strategy into this freedom. You have got to say that this is what I want to do. And you can build it. You may not be able to build 1 million, but you can build 10,000. You can build 100,000. You can build something. And every one of us can build something like that. So I crash for now, treasure, no, stop those things. Go into agriculture, go into training. What treasure base will do 10 years, agriculture will give you in 6 months. Open your mind. Open your eyes. Challenge your biases. You are going everywhere trying to look for visa to go to Canada. It sustains, those structures that you build, they work by themselves. That's why my grandfather's cocoa farm, they work. You just have to have somebody there to eat there. That's all. So long as they take good care of the farm, every year you have something from it, even if it's 1 city. What structure do you have? Look at agriculture. Some people are doing cashew. Some people are doing rubber. Some people are doing cocoa. Some people are doing all kinds of things there. Some people are doing fish farming, goat farming, cattle. It is work because freedom is not free. Freedom is not free. It's only African politicians who think that freedom is free. It's not free. You have to fight for your freedom. You have to hunger for your freedom. You have to fast. You have to be alone They will fight you. They will disagree with you. They will laugh at you. They will accuse you. They will malign you. They will team up to even shut everything that you are building down. But you still have to fight for that freedom. Because without financial freedom, there's no other freedom that you have. There's no freedom. So you're teaching your children to be very good in school, no problem. Without financial freedom, they'll become medical doctors. Somebody will sit down and say that go to this area, even though they are not happy, they will go because they have to eat. You become professor, somebody will never be happy. Somebody will always say that I will increase your salary. And they'll have nothing but to understand them because you didn't teach them financial freedom. That is how you live life according to your own terms. And every one of us can build that. With their crutches, you can easily do this. With their brofo semno to chair, a brofo semno abdoso, where you gotta have a brofo semno doso. So the key things we are not focusing there. We just buying clothes. You look at the young ladies, they're just buying kente and where's the financial freedom? So 2 years down the line, the marriage is no more. Because without financial freedom, there's no peace at home. And when you have been together for 5, 10, 20 years, there should be financial freedom. So you come together, you work towards it until you achieve it. If you're coming together today, set it a target. Your target is not to build a house to live in. No. It's to become financially free. So that if they fire you from job, there's nothing. If you lose your job, then it means nothing. Because that job is not the one that you're living on. That salary is not the one that you're living on. That's how you start life. So when you and your girlfriend, when you come together, that's the target. So how do we reach there? How do we set something in place that will continue to bring us money without a job? How do we reach there? It's not, we were able, by the grace of God, we have built a house. I'm not talking about a house. I'm talking of financial freedom. Thank God you have a house, but that's nothing because that house is not bringing you anything. It's just like those who live in England and America. Say, my house has increased its value. We want something that cash flows every month. I'm not talking of it has increased in value. That's not what I'm talking of. I'm talking of something that brings you money. Do you have any structure anywhere that brings you money beyond the salary? Is it a business? What is it? I'm saying that look at agriculture. Don't let anybody deceive you. Look at agriculture. People are planting maize, harvesting bags. People are planting coconut. People are planting cassava. A lot of people are doing things. Once you're doing them now, structure them. Put a program around them. Make sure that every money that is going there, you are writing them. Project. Look at the market. Who are you going to sell it? How much when it's ready, who are you going to sell to? Structure it. Make it, run it as a business. Run it as a business. Because it's serious. It's serious. Don't wait for any insurance going. When you're old, they will pay you 100 Ghana, 1,000 Ghana. Don't do that. That is for the cratchy people. That's why when you don't have to die poor. You have to die rich. You have to die worthy. And those institutions will not make you, where they are, you have to go and sign, even when you that's for the poor. That's not for the rich. If you're worthy, you call the shot. You are the one deciding, bring it to me. If you're hoping that they will just give you, I don't want to mention their name, but you know them. No, that's disheartening. You will die early. Do it because the country says do it, but don't rely on it. Do something. This is the time. So look at agriculture. Sit down, plan, talk to people. It's wide, very huge. And every one of us depend on, our peculiar situation and where we can decide. This is where I want to focus. Look at trading, do business. They call it buy and selling. It's not true. It is trading. You can sell a lot of things over the internet, through your friends, your WhatsApp group. What are you advertising there? Or you're only sending us morning devotion. Jesus is coming. Is that what the only thing that you're selling us? No. You must have a strategy. That is why after they have prayed in church, they take offering. Because it's no prayer that brings money. That's why they continue to take offering after, even if they have prayed. So if you don't handle your finances and you say that God will come and change your finances, you are deceived. Your finances will only change because you have a structure and you're diligent and you're following that. We develop our own structure and we have worked with it for the last 10 years. We focus on trading and we focus on property development. That was the structure that we focus on. So when somebody else was saying something, it didn't really matter. You must have your structure. Design your own structure. Don't let anybody talk you and hope that should be obey and you're not correct. Financial freedom is intentional. You must design it yourself. You must look at it, work on it, have a plan. If you have better information, upgrade the plan one after the other. This idea that you will change, that's a lie. There's one day everything will change. That's a lie. It's a structure. When people are building their houses, isn't it? They're intentional about it. They went to acquire the land. They saw somebody who could build it. They financed the project. You are not going to do anything financially that will get you freedom if you don't have a structure, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have intention, if you don't have goals, you don't have targets, you are not going to get there. Don't just hope. Don't just say I've been to school. Having been to school is okay. You have your certificate. That's all. But your financial freedom is independent of that. You can get big position in government. It doesn't mean anything. If you're not intentional about this, by the time that you're out of the, and of course, if you're honest, and you're straightforward, if you're honest and straightforward, you know that salary cannot get you. You have to have structure. Unless you have a lot of them get there, all kind of things they do. So financial freedom is key. It takes knowledge, it takes skill, it takes deliberate plan. You have to have target and you have to work with it. And I'm saying that in Africa, don't follow this financial advice that you see on this CNN and all those who in Ghana. They don't work. Many of us, we don't even understand the English that you're speaking. So many of us, those things, we don't even understand them. So the ones that we understand, those are the ones that I'm telling you. Which is onana cocoa na odoye no odiyeye. This won't pay cocoa. Look at the ones that you can do, the ones that you have control. Your mother was trading, your grandmother was trading, your father was trading, your grandfather was trading. Look at those industries. Your financial freedom can easily be achieved through those areas. You could be a lecturer, you could be a professor, you could be, a director in the government, multinational, don't mean anything. Your financial freedom is different because when they fire you today, or when tomorrow you go to work and they say that don't come again, and when that salary is cut, do you have any other source of income? If you have not built that, then you don't have financial freedom. Then you don't have that. And you have to know how to handle with the car, your debt. You have to have that mind. Young people, you owe somebody, don't dodge it when you are trying to build financial freedom. Meet that person and settle it. Have a plan, pay that debt. That's the first sign that your financial knowledge has increased. When you owe and you decide to pay, it means that your financial knowledge has increased. When you're at the workplace and you're tracking people, changing invoices, you have weak financial knowledge. The moment you increase in financial knowledge, you see that because you want to fight with the truth. You don't have to fight with lies and tricks. You don't achieve financial freedom like that. You're going to fight. So you must lose every debt, every waste, every load. You put all those aside. You go as authentic. And that's how you reach your financial freedom. So, okay, I think one of those youth is here. Okay, great input, Mr. Darko. There are a lot of ideas that the youth have, but they always cite the reason as to why we are not implementing them. Although it might sound reasonable, but we as young adults should know that in the long run, there wouldn't be any justification for if you fail. We have to be intentional. Yes, thank you, Noah. Yes, many of they will just sit somewhere, type on their smartphone, and say that there's nobody to help you. You think that somebody was helping us, or you think that we didn't go through the same thing? You think Ghana was different? You have to have a certain way of thinking, so that if you fail, yes, of course, the environment is part of it, the way you've been educated, the way you've been cultured, a part of it. But there's something that you can use to get out. That is how you put up fight to educate yourself and take charge of your own life. That one nobody can take from you. No matter, yes, it will be better. So I would sorry now, so you're better now in the corner. Your freedom, and these are things that are designed to suppress you. That is life. That's why they continue to sedate you with entertainment and sports. That's why they continually sedate you to entertainment and sports all the time, because they don't want you to have financial freedom. The moment you have financial freedom, you become full human being. You start to, But when you want to go on a looter, say that government is not giving me any job, government can give you a job, you still not be free. So the agenda is not you getting a job. The main goal is you getting financial freedom. And you are saying that one can be achieved. You don't need a job to achieve financial freedom. You need to take your life in your own hands and take advantage of all the things that are available to you. And we are saying that agriculture is one of them. Yao, I interviewed him some time ago. Very young man. He just finished, completed JSS. He was living around in Sawam. He said that he did pineapple farm. And in a year, he started within 3 years or so, he said that he had 25,000. Yao. And you with all your degree, all that you are saying, you are blaming and talking, it's okay, blame them. But your financial freedom will not come out of you blaming politicians. They will come, or it will come out of you putting up a fight to say that this is my life. In the next 10 years, this is where I want to go. And don't set any vision for your future in the absence of financial freedom. Some people will say that, I want to set up an NGO. Who should finance it for you? You set your financial freedom first before you set that NGO. You said so. Some people, sometimes you move through town and you see some young people, they say they're from Lagos somewhere, they're asking people for money to go and give it to some people. I say, but you can use your time that you have to go and work and raise that money. Don't become a beggar. If you have a great vision, don't become a beggar. Have a structure. When I tested business, I realized the importance of your message. I'm always happy to be first person to reach you. Yes. Topi is one of the first guys who reach us, especially when I launch Perspective. He actually ordered for it. I think he's in Wa. Very, up there. Yes, I remember. Yeah. So financial freedom, achieve it. In the northern part of Ghana, look at the things that you can farm. Look at the things that, cattle is there, the area, look at what your grandparents were doing. Those who became so much wealthy, look at them. Those things have not changed. If you come from the south, what is it? If your grandparents were going to the sea, look at it. If they were going to farm, look at it. Look at it. The only thing that has changed is maybe the approach now, the method, the way that you can do it better. But the rare import has not changed. That is why the people who stopped those things and went to chase treasury bills and bonds don't have financial freedom. They don't have it. Why? Because fundamentally our economy cannot be sustained. If you understand how these things are linked to the so-called global something, the people who are using those tools to create wealth and billions, the assets, those are highly leveraged economies. They use debt. Highly leveraged economies. They use debt. If you don't have access to these things, and you are here trying to copy them, you will crash. And many times that's why economy is trying like that, because those are that's why we, they are crying for. I wish they would understand it from the ground. They will change so many people's lives if they understood it from this level. But don't wait for them. You can change your life. You can change your life. So use agriculture. Be intentional about it. Have a name for it. Have a business. Identify. I want to go into this. So even though I'm a teacher, this is the part I'm going, because teaching cannot give you financial freedom. Over. We are the fact. That's the truth. Being a medical officer will not bring you financial freedom. We are the fact. Being an engineer working with something, if you're truthful, and if you're not changing any figures there, that pay they pay you, if you rely on it, you will never have financial freedom. Because then you take it and eat it. You take it and eat it. But financial freedom is not taking it and eating it. It's putting it there and growing it. It's not. And that is something that you have designed for your life. This is deliberate. This is what just as you say that this is what my life is about, you must also have a financial plan for your life. This is how I reach this financial freedom. You tell yourself, this is the path I'm using. And I want to get to 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 100 million. This is what I'm going to use. And it has to be at a stage where what it brings in every month is far more than what I use. What it brings in every month is far more than what I use. And once you get there, you don't need anybody to, say. And all of us can achieve this. That is exactly what I'm saying. We have no excuse. We cannot cry. If you're thinking, you don't need to trick anybody. You just have to be patient. You just have to be hardworking. You just have to keep learning, and you just have to keep at it. Every one of us can achieve it. If you don't want to trade, go to farm. Go to farm and do it well. You can achieve it. I just gave you a story, the gentleman, which means that if he puts 200,000 in that project in a year, he will get at least, because 100,000 was giving him 300,000. So if he takes his 100,000 from it, approximately 200,000 in 5 months. So let's say it's 6 months. So if he does that in a whole year, at least he will have, if he puts just at the 100,000, then you will have at least 400,000 a year. But for me, if I put 100,000 there and 300,000 comes out, I will put 300,000 there again because I want to reach this part faster. So you multiply, and that is the way you have to think. So I wish that you will stop complaining and think of your financial freedom. You stop waiting for help and think of your financial freedom. You stop looking for, increment in salary and all those, and think of your financial freedom. That you stop wasting money, spending money like you had, money comes to you and you waste it the next day. And use money to build that future. Because it's not only about you, it's also about your children. Because if you don't have financial freedom, if you have financial freedom, by the time that your children reach secondary school, your salary is not the one needed to pay school fees. It will be your investment that will pay the school fees. So you will not go and disgrace yourself and say that somebody should help you to take your child to school, to university, because then you were prudent, you were intentional, you were strategic with this thing we call financial freedom. And it can be achieved. Put the certificate somewhere and work. All of us can do that. Stop complaining and crying. Turn around, look around you. Today, before you sleep, pick a book, pick a pen, write about 10 things that you can use in just the agri area, and focus on the first one. And give yourself from now to the rest of the year, you will change your finances. You don't need the visa to go to England to change this. It's a lie. You don't need to go to Canada to change this. It's a lie. Financial freedom is not in visa. Many of them, if they don't work, they don't eat. They can't pay the mortgage. They can't write the car. I was talking to somebody, I said, how much is your student loan? So it's not it. It's not it. Don't leave your family, your young family, and move because you're looking for money. You're financially illiterate. And you want us to understand you. So don't depend on one source of income. Work. So when you start work, when you start to work, your first agenda is to build freedom out of that. Build freedom out of that. One thing that I will tell you is that stop following all these complex financial structures that they teach on TV. Very simple ones. Look at your area, plant something, sell. Plant, sell, conserve the money. Go and get a cocoa farm and start to put money there. The other day, I was telling one of our guys that I say, the money that you get every month, don't go and build with it. You come from an area that they have a lot of land. Talk to your people. Get a land, farm, do cocoa farming. Get 10 acres, 100 acres, 200 acres. Push the money there for the next 2 years. You will never have to work again. Then out of that, come and build that house that you want to build. If you put that money in the house now, you will never have freedom. If something happens to the work now, or maybe something happens to you, you have nothing. So don't go and build that house. You say, yes, I will call my uncle. So no one does not have advantage. Enormous advantages in Africa. Just look at what is yours. Right. Just look at what is yours. Look at what is yours. And it's all. I say that everywhere you live. You live around the river, they are doing fish, what is it? Fish. Fish. Just focus on that because that is in your area. You are from place that they do whatever they do in your area. Just push money there because this is an environment that you grew up in. You understand the industry. They come in handy. And yet you want to go and spend another 4 years to learn something that you cannot even relate. Look at your area and use it. Somebody is coming from a family that they were selling charcoal. And now you want to learn business, you want to go and learn crypto. Pick the charcoal. You saw your mother. Your grandmother did that. It comes with it. Pick it to another level and blow it. It will take another 10 years to learn that. What industry did you see your parents in? Don't run away from it. Just look at how you can, Just look. You saw your grandfather with cattle, and you are now looking for Ministry of Agriculture job. They have told you they give you 700 a month. Tell them you don't want to do it again. Go back, pick one cattle, go and borrow somebody else, and see how you can grow that in the next 5 years. You become financially free. Put the school somewhere. Financial freedom and certificate, they don't meet. You did economics. There are economics that they taught you. They don't fit here. Can't you see that they are struggling with it? Can you not see? So where you come from, the family you come from, the things that you saw, that's why you build it. Build with that. Build with that, you'll be free. Because it's knowledge, it's available to you. You saw your father, he was a contractor, he was building. And you say you want to do what? Use that as a stepping stone. Use that to build. Later, you can get into other industries. And I'm looking for special. You don't look for any specialty. Look at your background. You come from a farming community. You are saying you are looking for what? Just pick that. You will do it and do it well because now you have knowledge. You have YouTube. You have books. Just package it well. Systematize it. Run it as a business. Get a name. Get a Facebook channel page out of it. Maybe design a website. Open a bank account. Run it well. That's the essence of school. The essence of school is to produce prosperity. It's not to get a job. I wish they told you that. Why they sent you to school is so that you come back and help us to organize. It's not for you to come and say that I don't have a job. So somebody should help you. You saw your parents, your mother was baking bread. You have completed school 5 years now. You're looking for a job. And when you were a child, you were the one helping her with this baking. And now you're looking for a job. What for? Go back and do bakery. Brand it. Take it anywhere. Sell it many. Your parents were selling Kobe in the market. Now you are saying you're a doctor. So you can't sell. Masa Obwa. You won't be free. You grew up in a house that they were selling eggs. Now you say that you want to teach. Okay. Much of what we can build with, they come from the background that we come from. Because then you are coming with a lot of data. You're coming with a lot of intelligence. You can easily build with that. You'll be great in that faster than putting another thing. So pay attention. Many of us come from communities with a lot of land, and you're in your cry, struggling. The pay is not enough. You're crying every day. You can change that, and you have that access. All of us, we have access to that. Just change it. Edit the English they told you. Brofuna doso. Oh, adoso. Ya ka brofuna until you are confused. You can't think in English. Let me tell you one thing. You cannot be creative in this English that we are speaking. We just speak. We just like office help. You want to really think in your chi, in your dangbe, in your Ga, because then you understand a lot. You understand a lot. You can relate, you can connect a lot of things because that's what you grew up with. Your creativity will come out of that. There's no way I'll become Brofut is a British because that is in a specific culture. And into that, the creativity of Africans have been, tame. Especially when you're speaking this English and what is the other, like French and all those. You only have to, modernize them. So we have complexities. And that is why we don't seem to value the very blessings that are so much obvious. Everybody sees it except us. When people come to Ghana, they see the blessing. They see the abundance of wealth. We are not the ones seeing them. We are the ones not seeing them. The 20, you are not disadvantaged. You are not poor. Just decide not to wait for help. And take one step at a time. And never complain, never weep. Fight. That is how you get into financial freedom. So I want to say thank you very much for taking your time to watch this financial freedom. Obia go there. Your mind and train politician be and train will be your cosway you go so ye. Yami cry him say and is a train or board and anchors a chain. And you can use so many things to do this. Don't let your school become a liability, because that's the problem with people who have gone to school. Most important things are hardly, they don't get it, especially Africans who have gone to school. They don't catch it early. So they become aware when they are late. So they go into retirement with nothing. Okay, I'm sorry I come from a home of teachers after my MSc now into transport business. Sometimes I feel like continue to PhD to become a professor one day. I'm making more money than my full-time job. You want to teach, go and teach to impart knowledge. Don't go and teach for money. So build that business. Teach, you want to become a professor, no problem, but build that business. Africa, we have a lot of professors. We don't have a lot of people who are building systemic businesses. Ghana, I don't know. Look at Ghana, the transport business. I don't know how many Bukulong people. I don't know how many Bukulong people are here with businesses. Almost all Bukulong people are on government salary,